Welcome back to the Carolina Panthers franchise, where we have breaking news. I accidentally just traded a first rounder and Xavier Legette and got Kyle Pitts. Is it the worst thing in the world? No. But did I want to give up a first rounder there? No. It's not the end of the world getting Kyle Pitts. This is actually going to be a fantastic addition to our team, but it's just not the move that I was trying to make. I was trying to trade for him with giving up less capital, giving up Legette and a first round pick. We had two, so now we just have one. That was not the ideal portion. And for whatever reason, we traded for this man and he's down in the dumps. This man's morale went through the floor, but he's still got great speed, great catching. He should be absolutely dominant for us. We will use him in the red zone, on third downs, on streak routes nonstop. Our young quarterback will be happy, but I wish we still had a first rounder. Now, one of the biggest honors we're going to bestow on Kyle Pitts is we're changing his number from 85, which they assigned him, to number 1, previously worn by Cam Newton, and we're making this man a captain. We are all in on Kyle Pitts. Okay? We gave up a first rounder and Xavier Legette for you. We need you to dominate. Now, we did let go of Zach Ertz, trying to clear a little bit of room in our team for signing another wide receiver. Gives a little bit more depth in case there's an injury. And we're going to go ahead and pull off of the practice squad for the Philadelphia Eagles Paul Wilson. He is 6'3", 234 pounds, runs a 91 speed, 91 excel ability with 85 spectacular catch, 80 release, and 88 jumping. This guy's definitely a project, but we could make some crazy things happen. And he has 98 injury, which is like 11 times better than the guy that we drafted this year. And we got a little bit of a team meeting here. Big week this week. As you know, we're facing the Buccaneers, and the fans are expecting something. I didn't read what that was. Ryan Clark predicted they would win this week because they have the edge at QB. How do we prove him wrong this week? Well, Joseph, that's funny because you're asking that question as the quarterback of the team. Throw more touchdown passes than their QB. Yeah, I'm going with that. Joseph, I believe you can throw more touchdown passes than Mr. Dangerous Baker Mayfield. Okay, challenge accepted. Everyone has a cutoff hoodie. I just realized that. Where's mine? We got Tampa Bay in Charlotte, North Carolina, as the Panthers are ready to keep it going. Look, we had a heartbreaker in our previous game. Game of the year, in my opinion, that we lost against the Buffalo Bills. But Coach Good Game, brother, Joseph Burton, and our newly acquired weapon, Kyle Pitts, we're ready to get it going. He's wearing number 1 because he's elite, and because, as someone mentioned in my Twitch chat, we spent a first-round draft pick on him accidentally. Burton ready out of the pistols, going to hand this ball off to Jonathan Brooks. You thought it was going to be Kyle Pitts. Well, that's later. A rain game here in Charlotte, obviously. A little risky, like that pass that was almost picked. Third downs already approached us pretty quickly. But when you got Joseph Burton, third downs are just... There. Sir, what was that slide? Burton back under center. First pass to Kyle Pitts goes for a first down. I like how that's going. Keeping it moving here out of shotgun now. Kyle Pitts, what a circus catch. Okay, he was worth the first rounder we accidentally spent on him. I was really sad to, maybe not start Jatavian Sanders this week because he's had some great moments, some also bad moments, but Kyle Pitts is kind of crazy. Drake London's got one-on-one coverage, I think, over there in the edge. When in doubt, let Drake London go ahead and get it up and almost out. Crucial third down for the squad again, man. We find these third downs just so quick because we're maybe not doing what we should. He's trying to find his running back, and it drops at his feet. Brooks, make an effort. All right, so Flaherty's going to line up here. 6-mile-an-hour winds that he's dealing with at the moment. Should be pretty easy for him. This one's up. It's going a little bit right, but it has enough length. It is going to be good. We have a 3-0 lead. Now, Tampa Bay does end up getting a touchdown, but we come out here with the ball in the red zone, ready to see what we can make happen. Burton trying to keep a hold of one, and somehow he loses a yard on that play, but he fell past the line of scrimmage. A little bit of a loss there. 2nd and 11. Brooks is going to go in motion. Kyle Pitts split out to the slot on the left side. Burton feels the pressure. He's sending his guys upfield. You know what time it is. Give that man a block. And Burton, the vertical. He's in the end zone. Let's go, Joseph Burton. Tampa Bay does score again. We've got the ball here with about a minute and some change. Trying to make something happen. Little underneath route here. Tillman, who's getting a lot more playing time now because of, again, the trade of Xavier Legette. We've already used 1 timeout, so we only have 2 left. We're not going to burn one here. Burton throws that one away as he gets hit. 36 seconds left. We would love to sweep Tampa Bay again. Had an early season victory in them earlier this season. Can we make that happen again? Brooks. Burton has got to throw a better ball. Deep in our own territory. Kind of wasted a little bit of time here. Drake London, though. Great basket catch. We're going to use our 2nd timeout. 26 seconds, and we would love to cut this lead. Or just see if we can maybe take the lead here. Down the field, it's Tobin. Oh, it's Drake London. And they say London is in. I don't know about that one. Don't challenge him, but Drake London. You love to see it. first time getting a look at our defense today. They've been honestly doing pretty well holding Baker and company kind of in check, but 3rd and short. What does our defense have in store for their offense right now? Baker in shotgun. He's going to send his guy out to the side. The pressure is there. He throws one, and it's an errant pass that Mike Evans can't get to. We got bailed out. Tampa Bay looking to take the lead here about halfway through the 3rd quarter. This one is up. This one is good. It's pretty much as easy as it can get here despite the rain. They have a 2-point lead in the 3rd. Joseph Burton and his team are at 3rd and 18. We're pretty much out of field goal range. Would love to get at least something here so we can be in field goal range. And oh, who are we going to but Mr. Kyle Pitts, and he has the first down. Burton has 2 passing touchdowns today. We'd love to see him get a 3rd. And our goal is to try to stay ahead of Baker Mayfield. That would be absolutely phenomenal right here, and that was close to being picked. 2nd and 10, under a minute left here in the 3rd quarter. Burton, he's had some great moments and had some ones we got to worry about a little bit, but I like what he's shown us today. Burton feels the pressure, stretches out to the edge. He's got a block down the field, and Burton is in the end zone on the ground for the 2nd time today. The man is lethal when he's got an open field in front of him. Defense in a really good spot. We got a 5-point lead. Tampa Bay is looking for a huge 3rd down conversion. They are in field goal range, but it's not exactly what we would call a gimme, and the big hit on Mike Evans. Well, he might be short. They gave him forward progress. We're trying to get our guys to lock in here, but man, Baker has had our number at the moment. They throw one out here to the edge, and Godwin hauls it down to the 3. 2nd and short. They go with the handoff to Irving, and oh my God, our guys just get fooled. Tampa Bay yet again has the lead. Now, Tampa Bay is going to go for 2 here because, again, with the way the score is, they want to have a field goal lead in between us. Baker has got some time here. We're sending guys after him. Nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. There is a penalty on the play. I think it's going to be holding on them, or I'm hoping at least it is. Does he say offense? He does. We will decline that penalty. Kick that ball off, buddy. Our offense has been, honestly, pretty good, but I think a Joseph Burton touchdown to take the lead here would be everything we're looking for. But we need a better run game. 7 for 10 is not good from Brooks. He ran for 80 last week. 2nd and 8. Nice little play action here for Burton. This man is ungodly fast, and he shows it here, but hold on to the ball, Joseph. Joseph Burton already has over 500 rushing yards and 11 rushing touchdowns in the season, considerably outperforming what he's done through the air, but at the end of the day, I don't care how he scores as long as he does. I would love just for our offense to have a better run game than we had right now. This rain, I don't know if we want to blame that or something else, but it has just been abysmal. But look at Brooks find a way to still contribute to the offense. Burton having a solid day, 15-27, 210 and a touchdown. Not bad. Clock is ticking. We're almost under the 4-minute mark here. We're taking our time. We don't want to give Tampa Bay a ton of time if we do happen to score. So the last thing we want is for them to find a way to make something happen. Oh my God, Burton is insane. The change of direction is wild. Back to the run game here. It's not done well, but hey, might be one of the best runs we've seen from Jonathan Brooks all day. 8 yards. 3-minute mark kind of approaching here. Brooks kind of misses his gap, makes it maybe a yard. Kyle Pitts is going to be in the backfield here. We're going to send Tobin in motion. See if we can catch him off guard slightly. Brooks, plenty of room to run there, and he gets the first down. Keep that clock moving. This offense has done a really good job of just taking time, but we want to get in the end zone. I don't really want to do a field goal here. I want to make it significantly more difficult on Tampa Bay to try to win this game if they get the ball back. Tampa Bay's holding on to all their timeouts, so we're starting to chew the clock a little bit. We want them to feel a little bit nervous because we are liking how we're driving. Brooks, great move. I don't want to get in the end zone quite yet. There you go. And they use their first timeout. 1st and goal. Burton's here. Nice little check down. Brooks is going to get into the end zone considerably earlier than we wanted to go for, but we're going to go for 2 here and try to make it a 7-point game. One of the biggest plays of the game right here. It's a 5-point game now, but 2-point conversion here would be monumental. They're taking their time. They forgot about the man, the myth, the legend. Burton with the head fake gets in the end zone. A 7-point game. We are pretty much guaranteed overtime, but consider what happened last week. We don't want to be in overtime again. Tampa Bay has the ball. The minute 10, 2 timeouts. They're trying to avoid going below 500 this season. Baker can't get that one out cleanly, and it falls incomplete. Back out of shotgun again for Baker and company. He's moving around, and he goes down. Big sack. Pause if needed. 3rd and 16, the home crowd trying to lock in here. They go with the halfback screen, and it falls incomplete again. We've seen such a good effort by this defensive line. They are keeping us in this game right now. This is it. This is for all the marbles right now. 4th and 16. Tampa Bay needs something. And Baker goes down as Johnson gets him. Let's go defense. Now, normally, we would just kind of take our time, get out of this game, but we have no idea how many passing touchdowns Baker Mayfield has, and we don't want Joseph Burton to lose So we're trying to make sure that he can get maybe a little bit of that battle there, a little bit of that challenge. We're going to use the timeout here, or they're going to use the timeout. Our goal is to get Burden another touchdown in the air, which would be 3, I believe, in the air. And then I believe 2 on the ground. Who else but Kyle Pitts? Can Kyle Pitts get in the end zone? They said he didn't. Hello? So we line back up on 1st and goal from the 1. We're trying to get one to Kyle Pitts, and we do. Kyle Pitts is going to get his touchdown. We needed it. The chosen one is here. He just cost us a 1st rounder we didn't mean to spend. It was a close one. We fought, and the score isn't really exactly a great picture of how this game actually went. This is a really tough, close game, but our defense stepped up, Burton stepped up, and we got that W. You love to see it. Recapping the stats, Burton again, 231 through the air, 3 passing touchdowns. Mayfield only had 1 passing touchdown, so we definitely beat that challenge that we needed here. On the ground, Bucky Yerg ran for 56, Burton ran for 91. Mayfield had 41. I mean, there was a lot of good running, just not by Jonathan Brooks today. Maybe we should have made a trade for a running back, but that could be in the offseason. On the receiving side, Brooks though was great there, 6 for 34 and a touchdown. Mike Evans scored, Kyle Pitts scores, 6 for 83, a massive part of our offense today. You love to see that. And then really Tillman gets involved. Drake London gets that touchdown catch. We see Tobin get 2 grabs. We probably should spread it around a little bit more, but that's not bad. Defensively, DJ Johnson had some major plays, including the sack that ultimately helped steal the game for us there. You love to see that. But from a sack perspective, Donnell Medlock, who we acquired, you guys saw in the previous episode, a sack and a half, Johnson a sack, and then half a sack by Overshone, Ramsey, Brown, Robinson, and Barneau. A whole lot of people getting involved there today. Not a single interception, but when your defensive line is doing what they did this game, I'm not really mad at it. After the game, we're texting back and forth with Joseph Burton, and ultimately he can see that, you know, we proved Ryan Clark wrong. Burton had more passing touchdowns than did Baker, and we're telling him, you know, you did. You shut the experts up, not us. It was you, Burton. And because of that, he gets 6,000 XP for outdueling the rival team and winning the game. That is massive for Joseph Burton's career. Now we're about to go ahead and face the Falcons this week again, our former 1st-round draft pick that we traded. But we see, what do we see during the film study besides Mr. Leary getting injured the entire time? So the corners are exploitable. Okay, Joseph Burton's stepping up and being a leader right now. So good. Which one? Don't say A.J. Terrell. Clark Phillips. Okay, cool. I was like, if you say A.J. Terrell, we're not throwing at that man at all. So how should we actually attack Clark Phillips now that we know that it's not A.J. Terrell? He's saying it makes sense to target that corner and get the ball to our receivers as much as possible. That doesn't feel like a good strategy. Just like what we're going to do. So Grayson Tobin needs plenty of catches this week, and I think that's about right. So we'll be successful if, and here's what the challenge is going to ultimately be for this week. Tobin has 8 catches or has 2 receiving touchdowns. Let's go 8 catches. We can force feed him the ball a little bit. 8 catches feels a lot more doable than 2 receiving touchdowns against a Falcons team that they're 0-7, but they're still pretty good. Heading into this game against the Falcons, Drake London balling out. Leary, if they show him, you know, he's kind of doing something. Oh, Penix is actually starting maybe. I think it was Kirk Cousins earlier in the year. Are we going to see Michael Penix? Is it Penix time? We'll find out. First drive of the game for your boys. Let's see what this offense is looking like right now, man. I believe. Can the run game be better with Jonathan Brooks? That's almost as many yards he had last week. Burton has been running a lot. He's actually coming into this game. He was 15 yards behind the leading rusher in the league, which is wild. What we're trying to work with him on, though, is his passing. We're also trying to make sure that Tobin gets, you know, his 8 catches this game, too. And Coach Game, brother, in a very unconventional way, is going to opt to go for this one, which feels like a pretty crazy thing to do here, but he's got a man that is faster than pretty much everyone in the entire NFL. He's going to absolutely see Burton go down the sideline and pick up a massive gain. So much for him not running a lot. The hope, I guess, though, is that if he's dominating on the ground so much that teams are just going to be afraid. Oh my God, what a hit by 51. Herbig gets in the backfield. The Falcons coming in this game are 0-7, so we're hoping that we can keep that going for them right now. And Jesse Bates nearly has a nasty pick. 3rd and 17. This has not been a great drive. We have not been efficient. We just have not really been looking like ourselves right now. We're not taking this team seriously enough, which it shows. Brooks is going to slide in motion. Burton sees the blitz. Gets one to Tobin. If nothing else, we'll have a decent field goal chance from here. 4th and 5. So Atlanta does stall us out, but can we get the field goal here? Flaherty, it's got the distance, but it does not have the accuracy. That one goes wide left, and still anybody's ball game. We are actually seeing Michael Penix Jr. for the first time this season in today's game. Let's see if we can actually get a stop against him. Penix has got a lot of time here. Barno, super fast, can't do anything. He's trying to go up against, and we stop him for a 4th and 5. So on 4th and 5, they're going to opt to actually go for this one. We send the blitz. Penix is panicking, and he goes down. DJ Johnson with the big sack on that play. Start of the second quarter here. We find ourselves in a 3rd and 3. We just got to be able to convert right now. We have struggled so much with just doing the simple things. We're going to check down here to Jonathan Brooks, who picks up the first down. We actually had a turnover in that previous drive, so we come back up here. Not a ton of time left. A ball over the top to Kyle Pitts, and Kyle Pitts down the sideline is going to torch the defense. And finally, some verticality to this team. We take the lead. Penix and B. Johnson in the backfield here. Atlanta in striking distance. They go underneath, and who else? But it looks like Leary on that play, and we lit him up, but no injury. Penix again in shotgun by himself. He's got a lot of time. He's going to actually run one. Penix not known for the legs. But he shows them there and gets Atlanta on the board. What a play. Burden brings his team back out. The last time we saw this offense, it was looking great. But we got a tie ball game with 1:19 left. And we need to get that man involved right there. Grayson Tobin, a nice big catch for him. The clock continues to move. We're going to send Drake London a little bit deep. I don't really want to throw too much his side when Jesse Bates is there. But they kind of man press, so we almost had that. Burden again. Plenty of time here. Feels the pressure and can't get away from the defensive lineman. This is tough. The clock winds down a little bit here. We're not going to use our timeouts in case we don't really get anything. Tobin, I think, over the top, has a chance. It's going to be close, and it's batted away at the last second. Coach the game, brother, on 4th and 13 says, honestly, at this point, just YOLO it. Kyle Pitts is down there somewhere. Can Kyle Pitts get this one? He had it and dropped it. That could have been his 2nd touchdown of the game, but instead, it stays tied. Atlanta's done a really good job of just keeping us in check, and they are pushing the tempo on offense here. And look at this, another big hit by DJ Johnson. He's in the backfield like crazy. We're going to do our best to try to keep them in check again. They're in an empty base set here. We're being careful. They go underneath. It's going to go to Leary again. They drop him at the 4. Penix here in 3rd and goal, trying to get us to jump off sides. It doesn't work. He's got some pressure in his face. Can he get anywhere? Our guys are not doing anything. And Penix, what is our defensive end doing? He was just running beside him for a morning jog. And we've managed to tie this one up, but again, a team that has yet to get a... Oh my God, are you kidding me? Did he jump off sides? Is that DJ Johnson? No discipline on this team. Come on, DJ. So a team that is entirely defeated has a chance to maybe get their first win against us. A team that is 6-2 and leading the division right now. We got to stop Michael Penix Jr. Penix is running for his life, and Derek Brown brings him down. His 4th sack of the game. Derek Brown's play was so important because it actually is going to put them way out of field goal range. So now they've got to get plenty of yards on 2nd and 19 to make something happen. And they get a decent amount here, getting up to the 40. Penix and company go to the hurry up here in 3rd and 12. We're watching. They go to the sideline, and they throw one away to 4th down and 12. To me, this is a really tough decision for Michael Penix Jr. there. You've got to do something, in my opinion. Throwing it away, with the way our offense has been playing, I get it, but I like our chances. So here comes Carolina, a minute 34 on the clock. We have all of our timeouts. We've got to go considerable distance, starting at the 11-yard line. Jonathan Brooks has been great in this little short run or short little pass game, and he picks up the first down. Single high safety. Tobin over the top, and the safety happened to play that really well. Ted Flaherty needs us to get to the 37-yard line, so we've got some work to do now. Jonathan Brooks is going to motion out to the left-hand side here, and 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Brooks back across the middle is fighting, and that's a decent first down there. We're going to use our first timeout. Still a ton of yards to go. I'm pretty sure we don't have what we need from a catch perspective for Tobin, but it is what it is at this point. 4 grabs now for Pitts. Under the center here. They're blitzing. We get it out here to Tobin. Tobin is going to get a decent yardage here. 2nd and 6. We're going to use another timeout. We also just found out that Tobin has 5 catches. He just needs 3 more. So in theory, we could maybe make something happen here for Tobin. Let's see if we can maybe work something out. So Tobin needs, 3 catches at this point. He's not getting them here. We're not going to ruin the game, Kyle Pitts. You got to catch that. 2nd and 10. Tobin underneath. He gets out of bounds. Okay. 3rd and 6. Burden under center. He's going to get this one to Drake London, who gets down to 4th and inches. We're going to have to use the timeout. Burton is not going to, or excuse me, Tobin is not going to get the catches that he ultimately needs. And with 3 seconds left, we'll burn our final timeout. Ooh, okay, and Morris is going to go ahead and try to, ice our kicker a little bit. Flaherty, don't get iced. We got a 38-yarder from the right hash. Brother, please don't miss this. Come on now. Flaherty? In hindsight, overtime would have been nice to get Tobin, what he needed there, but we're not going to try to risk anything crazy. A W is a W, and while Tobin could have balled out a little bit more, we beat a team that hasn't won a game this season. That's what I care about right now. So Burton goes 18 for 31, 264, back-to-back games of 200-plus yards, 2 touchdowns in the air, 1 interception throughout the game. Penix threw for 200 on us. Really efficient, just didn't get any conversions in the end zone. On the ground, we held Bijan at 47, Brooks had 51, Burton had 52, so over 100 as an entire team. But Penix scored both of their rushing touchdowns today. He was lethal on the ground. In the air, we're seeing Ian Thomas go for 7 for 60. Tobin goes 6 for 130. It is a great game considering he had a touchdown as well, but he just didn't get the 8+ receptions, which you hate to see. But Jadarius Leary, who we traded, he's still healthy, so give him props for that, but that's not really a game changer, in my opinion. You know who is, though? Kyle Pitts, 4 for 76 and a touchdown. You love to see it. And speaking of a game changer, Donnell Medlock continues to impress us. 7 tackles, 1 for a loss, combining with what Trevor Wallace had. These guys were everywhere today. We got to the quarterback a lot. Derek Brown 4 times, DJ Johnson 2 times, and Boogie Basham 1 time. And then interceptions, we are still not forcing turnovers, where I feel like that is one of the strongest things that we have. We just, for whatever reason, can't make it happen. Now, Burton after the game says, nice win, home. We say, definitely. So I'm just frustrated we didn't do a good job exploiting their corners. I mean, to be fair, he's right. We didn't really get Grayson Tobin involved the way that we thought from a volume perspective, but he still had a great game. Now, this week we improved to 7-2, but we have to face the Miami Dolphins, who are 4-4. They're looking to keep things moving in a positive way, but I don't think we're the team to be doing that against. However, we do have a defensive lineman and receiver breakout. Let's check the D-line first. So Darren Young, our defensive coordinator, says Derek Brown just came into my office and told me to challenge him to anything this week. This is what I was thinking. Look good. So 4 tackles for a loss goal. We could choose a new goal. I'm going to go 4 tackles for loss because a lot of times when you choose a new goal, it's way more difficult. So we'll go with that. That's a tough one. If you can get it, that's great. I'm hyped to see who the receiver one is. And Grayson Tobin, okay, he's going to get an opportunity despite not maybe having the performance he wanted last week. This is all we got to do. 3 catches and 75 yards goal. This is going to be for a dev trade, and we can absolutely get him 3 catches and 75+ yards. So I 1000% believe that we can make this happen. And if we do that, he gets a dev trade increase. This is a big game. We got to lock in for this one. Now, here in year 2, Tyreek Hill is still absolutely killing it. 98 overall with crazy speed and acceleration still. Jalen Ramsey still there. Jalen Waddle is almost a 90 overall now. They've got Armstead. 2 is up to an 87. They've got Kendall Fuller. I mean, this is still a very talented team with a lot of really good players. Most of them have kind of, ascended a little bit, like Devon Achane, but a lot of their guys have kind of stayed in that sub 80 overall area, which is going to kind of help us, I think, a little bit here. And their wide receiver room behind Tyreek and Jalen Waddle also has Orlando Davis, who is a superstar dev rookie. I don't care about Malik Washington or Ricky Armstrong because this dude is about to be a problem. Oh my God. Already superstar dev confirmed. 91 speed, decent acceleration here, good deep route and medium route, spectacular catches through the roof, jumping is through the roof. This could be a problem. His abilities, right now he only has return man, which is good news for us because he could have a whole lot more. Last week they're talking about Drake London only having 2 grabs for 15 yards. I expect him to have a much better week this week. We just got to find a way to get him in the game plan. But it's been fun with Kyle Pitts, and getting Grayson Tobin involved today is probably the most important thing. I want to get the W, but Tobin needs 3 grabs and 75 yards, and we want to make sure that Drake London is a little bit more happy than he's probably been. Miami's kind of moving down the field pretty well. They have a 3rd and 4. Tua's going to send a man in motion. Oh, no, we went offsides, but we're good. That could have been really bad. Tua's going to find J.C. Horn. We've been looking for this man. He's been missing, and Horn's going to get a first pick in what feels like forever. And here comes Joseph Burton leading all quarterbacks in rushing yards right now by almost double. Burton's absolutely killing it, man. I can't believe that Tua tried to test us this early in the game, going to his boy, Tyreek Hill. Come on, man. You got to know we're going to be locking in on that. We expect you to go to Tyreek. Like, we're prepared. We're going to Tobin first play, and he gets the first down. Jonathan Brooks is a guy that I want to see him get like a 100+ yard game. It feels like a while, but hold on a second. Jonathan Brooks says it might be this one. Burden here again, little play action. He's going to go to Drake London, who already has more yards than he had all of last week. I told you he's going to play better. Miami might have Jalen Ramsey, but we're trying to exploit that defense. They're a little bit older in the tooth now. They have some guys that maybe aren't exactly what they used to be. And our run game is looking great for the first time in a minute, besides Burton. Burton by his lonesome in shotgun. Underneath to Kyle Pitts. You can't not throw it to him when he's open. And Kyle Pitts is going to open up this game with the first touchdown. And I feel like another one's coming. Miami's going to turn the ball over yet again, and we find ourselves in the red zone with an opportunity to make something happen here. Burton going to move around, and yeah, we're getting rid of that one because Miami's got some dudes on defense that can move. I believe that was Jalen Phillips that was chasing down Joseph Burton, probably one of the few defenders in the NFL that could catch up to that man. And look at Tobin down to the 1. Jonathan Brooks kind of gets the short end of the stick in terms of getting into the red zone. A lot of times it's Burton getting in there, but this time Brooks, have yourself a touchdown, young fella. Miami has been able to cut the lead in half, though. So here, halfway through the second quarter, we've got to make some plays. A little bit of a blitz. Burton is going to get rid of one, and who else but Tobin? And Tobin's got some room after the catch for a big gain, his longest one of the game. 2nd and 1, again, sending Tillman in motion. Burton not liking what he's seeing right now, trying to cut up, and the man just runs into another defender for a big sack. Jalen Phillips, who we talked about earlier, is the one that brings him down on that play. Our guys have got to find a way to make something work here. We're going to send Brooks in motion. Burton has his work cut out for him. He's going to throw one. He tries to throw Brooks open, but it's just not going to develop. So instead of a touchdown, we're going to try to kick against this wind a little bit and increase our lead to be 10. This is going to be close. Flaherty might not have the distance. It's also, I mean, that is barely in. He goes into the bottom left portion of the uprights, but a good field goal is a good field goal. We'll take it any way we can. Miami drives down quickly, and they've cut the lead to 3. Here we back are on offense looking for something. Burton's going to put his man in motion. He sees the pressure and just throws it to Tillman too late. 2nd down and 10 for Burton. He immediately sees the pressure. He's going to try to slide up in the pocket a little bit. He does get a first down. I mean, look, there's a reason why this man is the leading rusher for quarterbacks in the entire NFL. Drake London down the field. It's going to be a close one, and it's batted away. Great defense by Miami. It was Kendall Fuller on that pass breakup. We're trying not to try Jalen Ramsey if at all possible. We're also trying to get away from Jalen Phillips, who is stupid fast. And Burton tightrope walks down to make it 3rd and short. The way this man just escapes and gets runs that you wouldn't expect him to be able to get, it makes us so happy that we ended up drafting him. I mean, we could have won someone else, but Burton was our guy. Burton's going to see his guy, Drake London, and drops it in a basket. What a throw. We're going to use our first time out here. 31 seconds left. Burton again trying to get his team in the end zone. A quick pass to Tobin using our 2nd timeout. 2nd and 5 down to 1 final timeout here. They're leaving Tillman wide open. We're absolutely going to look for that one. He's trying to get out in there, and he's out at the 2. Ooh, Miami shifted around a couple of their guys. See how they kind of play this one. Oh, Tobin's there. Tobin's there. Hey, look, Tobin doesn't have the 76 yards yet or 75 yards yet, but the man is balling out right now. We pick up here in the second half. We got a little 3rd and short. We're going to see if we can let Tobin just keep getting involved right now. This man, oh, he's getting the yards. No way. This would have absolutely been a career highlight for him, and they're going to call this one back. There's going to be a holding penalty on who? Who? DeJuan Jones? Why? I was so hyped to see our guy finally get a major play off a jet touch pass, only for it to just be what it was. Oh, what a defensive play by Miami. Miami continues to struggle a little bit, but we're back out here on offense, 3rd and 7. I feel like we've been here before. We're getting it to Tobin. Nice move. He's going to make a miss, and he almost has the first. Coach GGB is going to go for this one. This is a situation that we want to obviously get involved. And we're going to keep the chains moving. I don't want to give Miami the ball back. Look at Burton, 205, 2 touchdowns. They haven't had an efficient game today. 1st and goal for the squad right now. I like where we are. This is a good position to be in. Burton's got some time. He's going to... Excuse me, Joseph Burton. He's different. know we haven't really played defense this game, but we're in a situation where Tobin is the main focus. We can almost get him the yards he needs. He needs 6 yards on this play or the rest of the game to get him the yardage mark that he needs. This should absolutely be it. Tobin's going to turn up, and that is going to be what he needs. Thank God we finally are going to hit a wide receiver breakout. Find ourselves in the red zone, only a 10-point game. And who else but Joseph Burton? I mean, who else but Joseph Burton? First and goal. Burton not liking what he's seeing. And Joseph Burton, a different animal, a different beast. Miami does find themselves here in a 4th and 19, trying to go for it. They're testing J.C. Horn, who didn't even want to intercept it. He just said, no soup for you. Our goal right now is just to chew this clock, keep Miami off the field. And Burton, what was that throw? Tobin's wide open. Because we can't convert there, Miami does get it back with under 2 minutes left, 4th and 13. They're only down 17. This is doable. J.C. Horn, what are we doing? So we got a chance to put more points on the board. We're in the red zone. And we're getting this squad active right now. Tobin might have a concussion. 10 grabs, though, 84 yards. It's what you love to see. 31 as the clock goes down. A lot of teams have been a little upset with how we've been sort of treating them. Every game is an opportunity for points. Every game. And to be fair, the Panthers have been the laughingstock of the NFL for a minute. We are trying to change the culture. We want to be the bullies. Okay, we want to be the bullies. And you become a bully by doing things like that. So Miami is going to fall below 500, and we are going to continue to be the best team in the NFL. Joseph Burton has turned the corner. The playbook changes have helped him out a ton. Getting the talent around him has helped out a ton. I don't like that we had to get rid of Xavier Legette, but getting Kyle Pitts to add with Drake London, bringing those teammates back together from Atlanta, having Tillman kind of showcase what he could do like that, having Tobin step up to be one of the best receivers in the league. This is the most explosive offense in the entire NFL. Burton goes for 282, 3 touchdowns, and not a single turnover, which is what we love to see. We kind of did pretty well against Tua. 2 interceptions, which should have been more, but I'll take it. On the ground, Brooks runs for a pretty good 75 yards on 15 attempts, gets a touchdown. Burton, 2 touchdowns on the ground, including a gravity-defying one over there on that left side. Grayson Tobin has one of his best games from a volume standpoint. 10 grabs, I believe a career high for 84 yards and a touchdown. Jalen Waddle burned us for 110, but no scores for him. Tillman balls out 5 for 57 and a touchdown. Orlando Davis is who we thought he was, a superstar, 5 for 93 and 2 touchdowns. Tyreek gets an end zone score as well. Drake London plays better, doesn't score, but Kyle Pitts, not a ton, but a touchdown. I think he'll take that. And then defensively, Trevor Wallace, back-to-back weeks of being either tied or leading us in total tackles. You'd love to see it from a sack perspective. Overshown got to the quarterback twice today, half a sack by Johnson and Metellus. Tackles for loss, we didn't have a single one today, which means that somebody didn't get their depth trade upgrade. But I am happy to see J.C. Horn and Jordan Fuller both get interceptions. I just hate that J.C. Horn had 3 pass deflections that also could have been interceptions today. So obviously this is going to be a tough conversation, but we had a different goal in mind for Derrick Brown, but he did decent. You know, he was in there getting some pressure, but he didn't really get a tackle or tackle for loss today. So it happens. Last week was amazing for him. This week just really wasn't quite it for him. But still, he gets 4,500 XP, so okay, that's not bad. That's not a bad consolation prize. This is the one we're extremely excited about, though. Grayson Tobin balled up. I mean, this dude was going crazy in today's game. Double-digit catches, almost 100 yards, had a touchdown. This guy should be getting a depth trade upgrade now. Since I appreciate the confidence you had in me, yeah, buddy, more playing time for you. If Tobin develops the way we think he might, him, London, Pitts, and Tillman, crazy. So he is now a star depth trade, which should help him out significantly. And he gets 4,500 XP. Okay, Grayson. Now, Tobin does have an opportunity for an upgrade. We're going to do deep threat. We could do, again, a couple different areas. I want to work on his release and kind of his deep route running, and he gets a +4 release, which is fantastic. So now his release is going to be, if I can ever find it, 74 overall, which is significantly better. His deep routes are 68. Again, if we can work on that side of his game, his short and his medium route are completely fine. That's really one of his major deficiencies. After the game, one of the more wild stats we found is that the league leading rusher is Kenneth Walker right now with 732 rushing yards and 7 touchdowns. Joseph Burton has 687 and 13 touchdowns as a quarterback. And right behind him is Jonathan Brooks. I mean, within single-digit yards of one another. 5 touchdowns, 679 yards. Our guys are absolutely killing it. We have one of the best rushing attacks in all of the NFL. Brooks, again, his first real season being healthy out there is showing a lot of promise. We need him to get upgraded a little bit more, but our rushing attack with our passing attack playing like it is right now, deadly. And if you wonder about from a passing yardage perspective, well, where does Joseph Burton stack up against everybody else? Well, right now the leader is Joseph Burrow with 2,800 yards passing. If you kind of go down, Will Levis is pretty high up there, but if you kind of go down through here, you see Joseph Burton down behind Jordan Love, but ahead of Trevor Lawrence and guys like Justin Herbert and Hurts. Burton is having a really good season. From a passing touchdown perspective, he's only 4 off of the leader, who is tied with Patrick Mahomes and Brock Purdy. So he's been efficient. He's been great. As a rookie, this dude honestly could make an argument for MVP. There's a lot of work left for this team, but I love what we're absolutely doing. Being 8-2 through the first 10 games of the season, I did not expect that at all. The back half of our schedule gets a little easy in some places and a little tough in others, but we got to lock in and stay focused. And if we do, playoffs and more could be in Carolina's future. Be safe, be smart, tell somebody you love them. Catch you guys on the next one.